Smoke filled the air, making it impossible to breathe. Trapped inside the car, she clung to her child in desperation. The flames reflected off the tunnel walls, casting eerie shadows. There was no way out, only one hope remained. Rescuers had to come. The smoke thickened, the heat scorching the car windows. She frantically looked around, but the exit was too far. The engine wouldn't start. The doors were jammed. They couldn't move. She looked into her son's frightened eyes, realizing she had no way to protect him. The flames were closing in fast. The mother frantically tried to open the car door, but the smoke was too thick. Her eyes burned, her throat scorched. "Mom, I'm scared," the little child said, clutching her hand tightly. "I promise, I'll get you out of here, sweetheart." They held hands and started moving through the dense smoke, but with each step, breathing became harder, the heat unbearable. Suddenly, a loud explosion echoed. A chunk of concrete fell from the tunnel ceiling. The mother instinctively pulled her child into her arms and jumped back just in time. God, will we ever make it out of here alive? She thought. They couldn't stay inside the car any longer. The flames were closing in. The mother opened the door, holding her child tightly, and plunged into the smoke as she moved between the burning cars. Her eyes desperately searched for an exit. Her breath was short. Smoke was everywhere. With one last push, she shielded her child and kept moving forward. Elena held her child's hand tightly. She looked back in panic, but there was no turning back. The tunnel exit had disappeared in flames. The only escape route was gone. A few meters away, the burning cars looked like they were about to explode. Smoke hit the tunnel's ceiling, making it harder and harder to breathe. This place had turned into a hell. Elena closed her eyes, took a deep breath. I have to find a way, no matter what. The sound of sirens echoed at the tunnel entrance. Fire trucks screeched to a halt, and the teams rushed out. The commander grabbed the radio. The tunnel might collapse. There are people trapped inside. The thick smoke made visibility almost impossible. Firefighters put on their oxygen masks and stepped inside. One of them shouted, "Can anyone hear me?" There was no answer. But deep within the tunnel, a shadow moved. Smoke hit the tunnel's ceiling, making it harder and harder to breathe. This place had turned into a hell. Elena closed her eyes, took a deep breath. I have to find a way, no matter what. The firefighter held the child in his arms, gripping the mother's hand tightly. Now, we have to run. The flames swallowed the tunnel, debris falling from the ceiling. The exit was in sight, just a few meters ahead. But then, a deafening roar echoed. A massive chunk of concrete crashed down, blocking part of their path. Keep going. Just a few more steps. And finally, they made it out, gasping for air, escaping the inferno just in time. But as they turned back, the tunnel had completely collapsed. A few more seconds, and they would have been trapped forever. The thick smoke had made the tunnel nearly invisible. The firefighter held the child tightly. The mother, with tears streaming down her face, ran behind him. In front of them, a glimmer of hope, the tunnel's exit. But the flames behind them were closing in fast. Collapsing concrete could block their path at any moment. With his last bit of strength, the firefighter carried the child forward and shouted, "Hold on. We're almost there." The mother, breathless, struggled to keep up. One final step, and the cold air from outside hit their faces. And at that very moment, the tunnel collapsed into a fiery inferno behind them. The stories of these brave firefighters and the lives they saved don't end here. Witness more tales of heroism and survival by staying tuned. If you want to see more of these incredible rescue stories, don't forget to like and share. A salute to those who risk their lives to save others.